Good. All right, let's go right into this. So basically, Social Security wait times for disability benefits are becoming problematic. And in this video, we're going to answer what the wait times are actually at this point. And they are honestly, they're slowing down. So we knew that there was going to be more problems. We knew Commissioner Martin O'Malley had these really difficult things in front of him. I don't really hold him like accountable for not making it faster, but I can say this, it's one of those situations where I didn't think he was going to be able to overcome and make it go as fast as his projected, desires were to make these things go faster. There was an article from Vibus, and I can go get the actual SSA details later, but SSDI updates, Social Security unveils the current average wait times. When you apply for SSDI or you need any other Social Security service, it may take longer than you expected, but things may soon be improving. This was produced basically on 8/9/24, which is essentially, right now. Well, it's actually 8/8/24, but it's in a different area. So, all right. So here's the basic deal. Let's go through this. SSDI applicants, SSI applicants, specifically for disability benefits of those two programs. In general, the waiting period for Social Security disability insurance is out of 5 months. However, this waiting period is before SSA begins to send your disability benefits. In fact, they will usually pay your first SSDI check or direct deposit the 6th full month after the date they find your disability started. Nowadays, as of September of 2024, the wait time for an initial disability decision is 236 days. Now, just to give you guys an understanding, if we take a little bit of Google here and we do 236 days in months, that is a total of 7.7589 months. That is total BS. That is not accurate. The reason why this statistic comes out and is always wrong in practical application is because they include all of the quick denials as well. And when there are these quick denials or you don't have enough quarters of coverage, it vastly changes the actual way that this number comes out. Realistically, for most SSDI people, you have to split it up this way. You have essentially those people who are seeking benefits in a big city area. Okay, so we're talking like Orlando, Miami, New York City, Los Angeles, whatever, a big city area. Okay, those tend to take a little bit longer because they have so many people applying. Okay, now at the same time, applications are going down, which is one of those interesting things about what's actually going on with the program. And then of course SSI, the amount of people receiving SSI benefits is still going up, even though the applicants are going down. But that's the whole immigrant thing. The thing is this: even though the amount of applicants is going down, and there's still too many applicants, it's due to them not having enough employees to process the amount of people that are filing. Okay, that's why that's happening. Now, with that said, I would say this: if you're from a bigger city or you're applying in a big city area, like your local FO, your local field office is in a larger city area, then expect to be 17, 18-ish months for a proper and full adjudication for Social Security disability benefits, okay? Disability insurance benefits, supplemental security income for the disabled. However, if you are in a middle-size area, those middle-size areas tend to be faster. So think like more 14, 15 months, sometimes 12, 14, 15 months though mostly. If you are in a really small area, like an island community or in the middle of nowhere community, it's a total crapshoot. Those can go really fast or extremely slow. Those little tiny spots in the middle of nowhere, like an island community or whatever, those spots either have a lot of employees at the local field office or like hardly any at all. There's like hardly any staff there at all. It's not just because a lot of them are working at home. It's because they don't have enough staff for that field office in general. So bottom line is, really big city stuff, think 17, 18 months. Mid-size area, mid-density population, think like 14, 15 months. If it's a really, really small field office in the middle of nowhere, like coastal, and there's not much around, stuff like that, or it's in the middle of Texas and in the middle of nowhere, those can be a crapshoot. They can take forever, or they can be really, really fast. Let's keep reading the article. All right, nowadays, September 2024, wait time is 236 days, which we just discussed is completely wrong. In reality of how you should look at it. Let's see what else they got here. Okay, so bear in mind the SSA's goal is to sort it out in 5 months, which is about 150 to 153 days. As you can see, there's considerable delays. Sometimes recipients with the lowest income cannot put up with this delay. Therefore, they need to rely on other federal or state financial support like SNAP benefits. Unfortunately, initial disability decision wait times have gone up compared to the previous fiscal year. Apparently, wait times have increased by 15 days from the same time last fiscal year. Now, this is important. This is important because, unfortunately, that one of the main functions of Martin O'Malley being put in by Congress is to speed up the process to get the adjudications done. It was also overpayments and other things as well. But the bottom line is, if President Trump were to be elected, he's going to use this as a means to say that he could not accomplish the things that the senators and House reps wanted completed. Now, as you guys have likely noticed, the senators and the House reps, they get to whine and complain a lot about the agency heads and what they're doing and not doing. They get to whine and complain a lot about what some particular group or administration of the government is doing. They're more so like the whiners that have to think of new ways to manufacture positive outcomes by changing the law, creating bills that ultimately get voted through. At the end of the day, Commissioner Martin O'Malley's done an amazing job with a lot of things, but he is facing a problem that he can't fix. And the problem is that the federal government is not paying federal employees enough. The job is stressful. It's got a lot of training. There's a lot of procedures and rules. And you can't really get, and this is, I'm going to say this, and I know some people go, play that game. I'm going to say this, but in order to get quality employees, you cannot pay them at the federal payment rate for that level of precision. Okay, so let me bring it back real quick. Let's say that you have somebody on a lathe or a drill press or whatever, any manufacturing machine. The more precision, the more accurate the measurement, the better the bend, the way the bend is supposed to go, the better the employee, the more skilled they are. Social Security is like that, in that in order to go ahead and make the rules work and people feel like they're being treated properly and people, get the benefits they're supposed to get, the federal government has to have employees that it can train to achieve this level of precision. Because if you don't have precision, you end up in a very tricky spot because it's a lot of money that can go out the door. So what happens is this: when you have not enough money to entice higher level employees, you end up getting a lot of young college students who end up doing this job and then quitting the moment they can find something better. So the problem Commissioner Martin O'Malley has, which is incredibly big at this point, is that he does not have the support of the House and the Senate to fund the federal employees to get paid more money. And because he can't get paid more money to pay those federal employees, a higher salary, he's stuck because he can't get a higher quality or a higher grade employee to do a very complex, a very difficult job. And that's all the way across, from the local field office all the way up through, basically the appeals council. That's all the way across. So the main thing that you're running into with this situation is that Commissioner Martin O'Malley is not going to be able to fix this problem, because the key that he needs to do it is not within his power. He doesn't have the power to raise basically, the actual salary of a federal employee at those little subdivisions that they have, those little rankings that they have. So as a result of this, you're going to see Social Security disability wait times likely increasing over the next year, the next year. Now, if you get basically, Vice President Harrison, maybe she can go ahead and, put a bill in to go ahead and push to increase the wages of federal employees. But to be fair, she hasn't really, and of course she was in a VP position, and a VP position is supposed to stand back but still give advice. She hasn't really done anything, not even a little bit. There's nothing that she's done at all. Like, I can't even think of anything that she did that I was impressed with. I watched her NASA videos. I watched basically her communication with other people videos. I am not certain why anybody would even consider this person for a political position. I do not know how she got to become vice president. I don't even know how she's even being promoted. I would like to know how to create advertisements that could sell that shitty of a product. I would love to know how to do that, because if I could figure out manipulation at that level, I would be a gajillionaire. I mean, it's incredible. Now you got the other side, which is Trump. Trump always likes to run lean businesses, which is not good for federal employees. So right off the bat, I'm telling you that. However, he might work a deal. You never know. Like the commissioner he had in held up the IRS for ransom to pay the federal employees more money to process the stimulus payments to the SSI people. Again, that so maybe they would push to have the federal employees actually get more money. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. It's just yeah. Doom Pigeon said, "Buy the banana." That's literally it. At this point, I've realized with most Americans, when it comes to voting in the actual presidential election, if you had a yellow banana or a green apple or I guess like a tan brown pear, if you had Fox and CNN say this is the one, you vote for the banana, people would vote for that damn banana. And and to be fair, I've had a lot more education than most people. College degree, master's, doctorate, additional certifications thereafter. I've had a lot of education. So things that seem very simple to me can be very complex for other people. And I'm totally fine with that. I understand that. I'm on board. I get that. But at the same time, like, this shit worries me because, when I was growing up, I looked at World War II and I said to myself, okay. How could these Europeans be so manipulated? And it wasn't just the lower levels. We're talking like scientists were manipulated to support that agenda in Germany. And, what I've realized is that they have to go ahead and really just muzzle the hyper-intelligent scientific mathematical community to achieve this warped reality of what a perceived outcome should be. And then, of course, the individuals with lower IQs, they play this game where basically they give them two options, and the only option that's acceptable is the one that's like 1 point better. And then they just sell that 1 point. And they just sell that one. If you repeat it enough times, their brain, they'll lock onto it. And they like it. And they're part of it. And they feel like they're part of a movement. And they're like, yeah. So I've realized that the banana theory is doctrinal gold at this point. It's sad. So, the whole thing with this wait time thing is that I don't want you to sit there and think this is a bad thing on Commissioner Martin O'Malley. He's doing an amazing job. He's doing these amazing changes, but he's stuck. And the kicker is too, he's a much more old school Democrat than what they got, up there at the White House, trying to promote some extreme stuff. I am just like, I see where it's going and I'm just like, damn, like that is next level craziness. Like, I don't even get it. You need the left. You need the left to move things forward, because the right ain't going to move things forward. If the right was in control of everything all the time, we would still be basically extremely limiting people based off of one religion, demanding or requiring other people to follow that religion, which is not good. You want people to be able to practice a lifestyle, whether it includes a religion or not, that they choose, right? So long as it doesn't hurt other people. So you need the left to keep pushing things forward. You got to vote them in sometimes, just like the right. Sometimes you got to pull those reins back on that horse and say, whoa, Democrats, whoa, buddy, whoa, you went a little bit off. We ain't in Kansas anymore. What happened? And that's, the Republicans pull back the reins a little bit. And that's the game. You run them and then you pull it back. And that's the game. But I got to tell you, it is weird. All right. And here's my final thought on this. Then we have to go to the next video. It is weird. Okay. It is weird that the number one thing that sells America as being a capitalist country with a great golden year outcome, the number one thing, retirement benefits. Which, if you think about it, like religions, right? The Muslim religion, Christianity, not so much Judaism, but Christianity, you go to heaven, right? Do a good life, you go to heaven. America is built on a Christian, like theory-based model of work hard, have fun. And what's weird is that America, who is just so close to hitting that next trillion in debt mark, damn, it's close. It's so close. America has somehow lost sight that the only thing that inspires Americans to work hard is to make lots of money and then enjoy it when they retire. But that no longer exists. So the Christian theory of heaven at the end of this, hustle rainbow, it's not there anymore. So people can't earn a lot of money because corporations control everything. We have a monopoly-based economy with giant corporations just sucking up everything. And then at the same time, just to be fair with this, just hear me out on this. At the same time, we have basically a retirement system that requires elderly people to now go back to work. It's the reverse. Why would anybody stay in this country? I have a hard time selling it other than the police might be fair when they grab you. And the judges might be fair too. And that's another thing, don't get me started on, because remember, the number one thing I would tell to law students, if I were to go ahead and explain to them what it's like being in front of a judge, 75% of the judges you go in front of, you get a fair shake, right? Another 10% of those judges, it's kind of a fair shake most of the time. Another 10% of those judges, you don't always get a fair shake and you don't really expect it. And then the remaining amount, you don't get a fair shake. They are abusive to the claimants. They're abusive to the attorneys. They shut things down before you can even present them. It's just absolutely horrific. Absolutely horrific. I had this one kid talk to me about being a lawyer, and I said, look, you have to be okay with people being bad to you. You have to be okay with people being destructive to your life. You have to be okay with judges, these people that you're supposed to respect, acting like kings and queens, which, by the way, when people are like, yeah, go queen, yeah, go king, blah, 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 that's not actually a good thing. Because when you present that boss mode, the boss mode takes a shit on the people that need something from that person or want to interact with and do business with that person. And when you're in queen mode and king mode and boss mode and you're really just being a shitty leader. That's really what you are, because you're just making demands without listening. That's so crucial. It's so crucial. And there's a lot of judges who make demands without listening. And it's frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating. Now, as a result of this, just to understand this, we are basically going to continue to have longer wait times for Social Security disability benefits. Most attorneys don't complain about it because that back pay adds up, right? Back pay adds up. Maybe there's some retroactive benefits. They're not going to complain. I don't like it, though, because I work with a lot of the lower income people, and they're homeless. They got to sell the place they live in. And here's the kicker. You file a DRND under the I-2-1-40, it doesn't matter. It's not going to speed it up fast enough to get them a decision. It doesn't matter. Now, the next video that we are going to cover is what is a Social Security disability settlement. I tried to explain to somebody the other day how the actual system works. I don't think I got it right, but I've thought about it since then. I'm going to try it again. And when I explain it to you guys this next way, you tell me if it works, you tell me if it doesn't work. All right. Please remember to like, please remember to subscribe. Head over to Google, type in Disability Resolution Law Firm, Disability Resolution Florida. Throw some stars up there. I love seeing those reviews. I will catch you at the next video in about 5 to 10 minutes. Remember, I go live Mondays and Thursdays. Mini contract below. If you want to go ahead and do an hour with me, that's where you can get a private session. I'll catch you a little bit later. You have a wonderful day, and I will catch you at the next video in about 5 minutes. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.